Welcome to beautiful Alexandria, Virginia. Today I'm going to be doing a heat load calculation, a room by room, and an airflow testing for an existing client of ours. They just purchased this house and they want us to do some diagnostic tests on it. So hopefully I'll be able to show you a couple tricks I've learned along the way that might help you. So the first step for me is to do the heat load calculation. And then they will give us, room by room CFMs required. And then I will take the air hood out and see what we get. Today I'm going to be using the Anemometer, which I've had calibrated, but I suspect it's not as accurate as I would like. So we purchased a Testo 420 that arrived yesterday, damaged. So hopefully we'll get another one tomorrow. I have a couple more of these airflow test-ins to do this week. So I'm going to return to this job and cross-reference my readings that I got today. And I also have the Testo 417. Unfortunately, a lot of the registers in this house are similar to this, where if you have a 2 foot by 2 foot hood, there's going to be a gap, which is no good. So we have about 17 inches here. So I'm going to show you a technique to block off part of the hood and try to get a reading that way. I've blocked off a portion of the hood with cardboard and painter's tape, and that brings me to a good point of when you do these airflow testing, you have to come prepared. I mean, you want cardboard, painter's tape, foam, because you're going to run into situations where the register or grill is not accessible, and you have to adapt. Here we go. It's blocked off. Have the hood zeroed out. You have to wait a few seconds. It's an ECM motor. It's going to adjust for the restriction. So reading about 103 CFM. Now that we have a CFM reading on this register, I'm going to get another reading with the Testo 417. I measured the opening area, punch that into here. Once I get a CFM reading, it's going to be higher than what I read on the hood, and then we can divide that number, this number, into the hood number, and that will give us a K factor. So when you have multiple registers like this throughout the house that you can't get to, you can use this guy with the K factor. Let it get up to speed. So, wow, this is backwards. 120 CFM. I'm going to do it again just to double check. So I've made two measurements with the Testo 417, and they both were within a CFM, 120. So what I did was I took the 103 CFM that we measured with the air hood and divided that by 120, and that gave us a K factor of 86. So I'm going to enter the K factor into here, record it again, and just to double check that we're consistent. Now we're going to do it with the K factor inputted. Let it come up to speed. Try to be as consistent as you can. (100 CFM). As you can see, this register is in a bad location also. So I already have the K factor and area punched in. I'm going to take the reading with the Testo 417, and then I'm going to cross-reference it with the Alnor hood. I measured 46.3. We're only measuring 30 CFM with the hood, and we measured 46 with the testo. And that's part of my concern about this hood, is at lower volumes of air, I feel like it loses accuracy. So this is some of the things I'm dealing with for me on this second floor. There's a register over there. I'm not going to move all this stuff to get to with the air hood. And then over here, we have this register underneath that cabinet, and we have a tub in front of it. So I will be using other means to check those. It's a torpedo boot, end boot, which, if you guys know, majority of the air is going to come out there. Very little comes out here. So what I did was I made an elbow out of cardboard. Remember I said bring some cardboard. And now the flow is a little bit more consistent. I'm just checking with my handometer. So I'm going to take a reading with the Testo 417. Again, we're doing timed mean. .77 CFM. I've done it a couple times. It's pretty consistent. I'm going to try this out with the hood. It's a little bit awkward. I'm reading 82 CFM. So the mini Vane, the large Vane was reading what, 77. So that's pretty consistent with each other, and that's all what we really want. Try to be as consistent as possible. I feel good about that. Now we're measuring the return, and I had to, as you can see, kind of rig something up to measure the airflow. So I'm gonna double check this with the Vane and see what we get. Get it up to speed. Try to maintain consistency. .313. So we measured 315 with the hood. Now we're at 313. I'm happy with that. Finishing thoughts. So this, not perfect. I would have wished to use the hood on every single register, but that wasn't possible. Again, I wish I would have had my new hood also, but we got a good heat load calculation done, and we have an idea of what the airflow is, and it is deficient in many areas, which my handometer already kind of made me suspect. So I think I have enough information to generate a good report and generate a proposal to fix this. And so I'm looking at the return. It's a little concerning that we're running 805 CFM and we have one return, and it's reading anywhere between 315 and 350 CFM. So we have significant leakage throughout. So I will give them a proposal to correct it, and I hope they accept it. And by the way, this work is not free, so at the very least, we'll be getting paid to generate a report, and it's up to them if they want to proceed with it. Well, so I hope they do. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one, hopefully with the new Testo 420 air hood.